Everybody good to go? I propose a toast to the missing, to our absent companions for whatever reason. We all have our memories. Some of them good, some of them not so good, but we all have our memories. Please join me in a toast to our absent companions.
Hear, hear.
Hear, hear. Tony Keller, please don't throw your glass into the fireplace. We've got a couple of presentations to make here, and what I'm going to ask you all to do is let's get through with them, and then we can do the applause, screaming and hollering, and hoorah, and all that good stuff. So if you'll bear with us, Georgie. Okay, what we have here are USGI canteen cups. And on these cups is inscribed Operation Starlite, August 18th and 19th, 1965, 50th anniversary. The Eagle, Globe, and Anchor, the name of the Marine or Corpsman, and I Company, 3rd Battalion, 3rd Marine Regiment, 3rd Marine Division. And the first one is going to Sergeant Major Martin Vasquez. The next one goes to Jimmy Martinez. Some fella named Doc Tom Harris. We can do it here. We can drop it on George's head. It won't hurt. Robert Wazak, accepting for Bob, will be his daughter, Leanne. Howard Miller. Somebody named Charlie Landau. Robert Remsen. Howard DeRosa. Joe McNeely.
Super 5 till I die.
Hoorah. This is my squad leader, George Emmerich. If it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't be here. Now some of these cups, let me take a break here. Some of these cups have the date they were manufactured stamped into the handle up here on the flat part. These are, they're dented, they're scratched, they're beat up. If you kind of look around this room, you'll see that most of them dented and scratched and beat up. And some of it's a little worse for wear, but by God, we're here. Fiero Thomas. Boy, I think this cup's almost as old as Bob Fisher. James Timms. Ted Puzak. Whoa. Marvin Hunt. I need to tell you, I can read the date on this one, even in my diminished condition. 1945. There you go. Adrian Aldrich. Adrian Aldrich. Bruce Taylor. There you go. Ralph Mauback. All right, Ralph. Clifford Johnson. Sal Salinas. Now, Sal is getting one of these cups. He was not on Starlite, but he was in 3rd Platoon, and being an old 3rd Platooner, as our Lieutenant Perry Miles said, 3rd herd. So we're doing one for Sal too. So. Jack Heacock.
I'll take that.
Manny Lopez.
The Puzzle Man.
Here's one for our moderator this evening, Charlie Fink.
Okay, we've gone through the Starlite. We're gonna, because of the 65-66 connection that I have with some of these Marines in here, we've done some cups for them too. Our executive officer, First Lieutenant Anthony Keller.
Suck it up, Keller.
All right, now this is the guy that threatened me with a myriad of slings and arrows, but I had to do this. First Lieutenant Perry Miles, 1965, 1966, 3rd Platoon Commander. And not last, and certainly not least, Captain Grady Gardner, commanding officer, 1965, 1966. Okay, Skipper. Keep coming around. You're doing okay.
I'm nearly blind, I can't see where you're going.
That's all right. I can't either.
Thank you very much.
Gee, is that it? Not by a long shot.
No, sir.
Got one left here. Operation Starlite, August 18th and 19th, 1965, 50th anniversary. This one's got the eagle, globe, and anchor on it too, but dadgum, right next to it, this something looks like the Medal of Honor. Sergeant Robert O'Malley. On your feet, Andy, about me.
Fill it up first. All right, I'll make them. Hoorah, love y'all.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about y'all, but my knees just got weak. The history and the accomplishments of India Company are, well, legendary. We have a history. And we have a very special man with us tonight to tell us about that history. He's written 5 books, the majority of them were about 3 at India Company. He's written a few others with other units in there. But I've never seen anybody know as much about Operation Starlight as this man does, and he wasn't even there. But he's done his research, he's done his homework, and we're very fortunate to have him as one of our own. I'd like to introduce you to our keynote speaker, Colonel Otto Lerack.
Those of you that have been going to our reunions have seen me before, and I apologize for having to do double and sometimes triple duty, seeing my ugly old face up there saying things. It's quite an honor always to be asked to speak, particularly to 33, even more particularly to India 33, which I commanded for a while in 1968. Before I get started, I think I'd like to relate a little story I may have told some of you before. I lived out west for quite a while, and there's an old cowboy that lived out there. He was getting on in years, and all his life he'd wanted a pair of hand-tooled cowboy boots, $1,000 pair of boots. So one day he decided to go ahead and spend this $1,000 and buy those boots, and went out and he had them made, warm home, warm around the house. His wife didn't say anything. So I thought, So he went to the bedroom, took all his clothes off, put the boots back on, went back out and walked around the house again. His wife still didn't say anything. He said, honey, look at me. She looked over at him. He says, you see anything different? She says, no. She says, hanging straight down. It was hanging straight down yesterday, and it'll be hanging straight down tomorrow. He said, that's because it's looking at those new boots I bought. And she said, you should have bought a hat. People in our age group would really appreciate it. Well, now that you're all awake, I want to talk a little bit about Indian Company and stuff. Starlight, of course, was the first major operation of the Vietnam War. I had the privilege of writing a book about it. And I was in National Security Agency headquarters when Starlight broke out. I remember walking in that morning and seeing the headlines. Everybody's all excited about it. NSA headquarters, about the headline from Marine Score. It was about you guys at Starlight, took on the enemy and really did a job on it. It was the first operation, big operation of the Vietnam War. The Army liked to say it was the Ia Drang Valley in November of '65, but that's not true. The first regimental clash was Operation Starlight. It was actually the 7th Marines was in charge of the operation, which a lot of people don't know, but Oscar Petros was the overall commander. He was CO of the 7th Marines. And they went after the 1st BC Regiment, which was not part-time farmer BC. As you guys that fought and know, they were real professional soldiers. And I've been over and I talked to those guys, some of the guys on the other side, and one of them had been in the Viet Minh Army since 1944. He'd been at Dien Bien Phu. He'd been at other places. The commanding officer of the 1st BC Regiment on Starlight had been a battalion commander at Dien Bien Phu when they went to the French. And these guys had really handed the Army's butt to them in a couple of big fights. Anyway, you guys went ashore, and as it turned out, 2 rifle companies did almost all the fighting on Operation Starlight. One was, of course, India Company, and the other one was Hotel Company 2-4. And since this isn't about 2-4, I won't say very much about them except to say that it was because Hotel 2-4 got in trouble that Captain Webb requested permission to leave his sector and go to their help. And that's when they went through the village. You guys went through the village of Nam Quang 2. And that's where, the fight really got started. And Robert O'Malley did what he did, and Captain Webb, of course, was killed, and all the other stuff. But they were on their way to help out Hotel 2-4, was what they were doing at the time. A lot of you don't know that. That's what the records show, and that's what the interview showed. But you guys did a terrific job